Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Check it out. A lot of times I get questions here, and there's always the what if. What if this? What if that, right? What if it's this happened, or what if it's that happened? And that is fantastic. I love the what if game because it allows to prepare for, crazy situations. If you're talking to your wife or your family about home defense and they start asking, well, Dad, you got a great plan, but what if this? It makes you think on, okay, maybe I need to fix that, right? And I mean, again, it's just a fantastic way to test a plan. But sometimes we go out of hand, like I could give you a situation where, you may carry a Glock 17 with 3 magazines, with all this fancy tactical ninja equipment, and the situation that I may put there for you, what if this, you may not be well armed to deal with that situation, right? So again, the what if is a fantastic way to test your security or test your plan, but at the same time, don't overdo it. Don't overthink it. What if, Chinese people come from the sky and tanks are flying from A, B, and C, right? I mean, it could get out of control. But anyways, a lot of times I get asked questions like this. So I wanted to share a story, right? I got this awesome Marine that I met many years ago. And when I was in Afghanistan back in 2010, he was part of a mission that he actually ran out of rounds. So just to paint this picture, he went out there, he got into a firefight, and after getting into that firefight, he completely ran out of rounds. Now, this guy was just a regular dude, skinny guy, maybe a little bit shorter than me. I mean, just, a regular dude, and he was actually a K9 guy. So, he handled dogs, right? Military working dogs. So again, he was part of this unit. They went out there, they got into a nasty fight, and he ran out of rounds. So he's telling me the story, and as he's telling me the story, I said to him, like, so what happened? What do you did? I was like listening to this guy, and I kind of was like, all right, so you ran out of rounds. Now what? And I remember he looked at me. He says, what do you think I did, man? I took my knife out and I hold my dog. So I had my dog in my side and I had a knife in the other side. And, I was about to continue. And to me, that's crazy. If you really think about that situation. And again, I've been in some nasty situations, but, we never ran out of rounds, and the majority of the situations that was pretty nasty include, explosives and things like that. But again, just by talking to him and understanding what he said about that, it's just the natural way to survive. And again, a lot of people said things like, well, what about if I run out of rounds doing an active shooter or a situation? You do whatever you have to do. Again, you may not be getting a K-bar, whatever knife that Marine had. You may not have a dog, but there's other things around you that you may have to grab. You do whatever you have to do to survive, and, you make it home. And I remember, from going into operations and things like that, we always say, we're going to make it home. Our priority is to make it home. So, I mean, again, I really can tell you what to do, how to do, what to do. There's going to be a situation in your life that if you ever find yourself in that situation, we pray to the good Lord that we never do. But whatever you have to do to make it home, some people may grab items to defend yourself. Some people may barricade their houses. We see in active shooter situation, people barricading doors and using weapons of opportunity, whatever they find to defend themselves. And that's just what you got to do. Sometimes you got to improvise and do whatever you got to do to survive, and don't be a victim. Don't allow people to victimize you. Don't allow people to take advantage of you. A lot of times I see that stuff. A lot of times I see people just like crying, and obviously something bad is going to happen. And don't get me wrong, it's pretty scary. Again, you know, I being in some nasty situations that when the moment happened, it's pretty scary, but you got to push forward. I say this all the time. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to have fear. You know, it happens. You know, the good Lord does not give us the spirit of fear. That doesn't come from God, right? But either way, it's going to happen to us. We are going to be scared in many situations. The thing here is not to allow that fear to control our life. You know, there were situations in my life that I was scared. I was actually scared. You know, I thought maybe I could get killed. Maybe one of my brothers is going to get killed, which is scary, you know, especially when you're in charge and you're telling people what to do and your decisions could get somebody killed, right? So again, you know, you may be scared of making the wrong decision that it's going to get somebody hurt, right? So, but again, you know, that fear cannot allow you to control your life. You got to keep pushing forward. You got to do what you got to do to survive. You got to stay, you know, you got to make it home. You got to defend your family. And sometimes we just got to do what we got to do. Anyways, I got a lot of questions. I was thinking about the story with this Marines, awesome Marine. If ever watches this video, I hope you're doing good, brother. Appreciate you guys watching. I just wanted to share some thoughts on that. And as always, got us in control.